Jannik, you haven't had a lot of days off lately on clay in the spring. So how have you spent your days since the Rome Triumph on Sunday?
Yes, I went to my parents' place a couple of days, staying there, and arrived yesterday during the day. So tried to recover a bit, and yeah, I was still trying to recover and hopefully be ready then for first round match.
Hi, Jannik. Yeah, just on that, it's obviously been a really intense period for you for a good reason, but do you feel physically, mentally kind of ready for this tournament? And how hard potentially do you think it is going to be to find the energy that you will need for the next fortnight?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. No, it has been a very long but very positive period. You know, I'm lucky to be in this position. You know, I think it's always better to be in a position where you win and you start to feel tired, and you know you feel very good, but you lose a couple of rounds. You know, so but yeah, I mean, I try to have a good balance now at the practice courts, you know, with pushing, understanding also when to push, and then hopefully be ready for the first round matches. Very happy to be back here. It's a very special tournament since first time I've played here, and but I think, you know, also the excitement helps you then, you know, to find a bit more energy during the tournament.
Jannik, as you've had on this winning streak, have you seen your opponents trying new, different things to try to beat you? And do you expect, I guess, your opponents in this tournament to be trying new ideas, coming up with something to disrupt this great momentum that you have?
Yeah, everyone is trying, you know, to beat, but that's also the most normal thing. You know, you need to be ready. Best of 5 matches, they are a bit different. You know, it gives you a little bit more time to understand how to beat a player, and even if you have a wrong start, then potentially you can find a way in. So yeah, I mean, let's see, and I'm very sure I have very tough matches in front of me, so I try to focus on myself.
Hi Jannik, are you limiting your media appearances to 15 minutes today, and if so, can you tell us why?
Yes, I think many players are doing that. But it's nothing against journalists or anyone against you. You know, we are very happy to do. We are happy to do the obligations, what we have to do. We are just limiting. That's trying to you know, put ourselves also in a position where we also have a small saying, and I think it's right to do so. As I said in Rome already, we waited 1 year to have a small response, and you know, I think here we are trying to start something now, you know, but it's again nothing against you. We are here to doing our obligations.
Hey, Jannik. Daniil was just in here before, and he was talking about your ability to sort of attack down the line and make the switch. And I'm curious, how do you decide to when to make that switch in the middle of a rally? Is it just a feel thing, and how long you want to go, or what is it that contributes to the decision?
No, I think I'm a player who plays a lot with my gut feeling and what I feel in this moment. And you know, if I feel a shot, I just go for it. I don't second guess, kind of. And I think it's a very important shot, and it's getting more and more important, you know, to go down the line, changing direction first, and depending also against who you play, because then of course you have the whole way open on the other side. But it is very important. So I'm someone who, if I feel something, I go for it.
Hey, Jannik. Given how much tennis you have played, and it looked at times in Rome like, you know, you were feeling it physically, do you think had the event not been in Italy, you might have skipped it or pulled out at some point?
Tough to say. I think being in Italy for sure was an extra motivation, and I knew also was the only master event I was missing was an extra motivation. And but yeah, in the same time, the thing is now with these longer events, if you don't play one event, it's not 1 week. You know, you are basically 2 weeks out, and that's a very long time. If you don't play before Roland-Garros, the Rome event, then you have 3 weeks off, depending on when you lose in Madrid. So potentially also 4 weeks. So it's you know, you also need to come here with a good amount of matches and having this match feeling. So question I cannot answer, but I would say I would still play.
Hey, Jannik, over here. What was it like getting back to Philippe Chatrier for the first time since the final last year, the special match you've had?
Yeah, special feeling. As I said, it's a very special tournament for me, and it has been increasingly better, you know, year after year. And last year we were very close, but the feelings and the connection with the crowd was very nice. A lot of kids, which I really like to see, and that was very nice. Also, you know, the stairs up, you know, the walk on, and of course I still have some. I think back, you know, what happened, but I'm still very positive feelings.
Hi, Jannik. Going back to the 15-minute media thing, if you don't get a response or a reaction from doing this, from the tournaments, what would the players do next?
This we need to see, you know. It takes all players, and all players are very connected, and we're all very, very much together. And I think it's something good, you know, because with us, you know, events are not possible to play. It's more about, as I also said in Rome, it's about the respect, you know. And then when we have to wait for over a year for just a small response, having the best 10 players and you know, it's not nice, you know. And in the same time, I hear, you know, talking only about prize money, but we talk also about the pension, which is a very important topic, because after tennis player, you also hopefully we get, you know, some pension money, and also the decision making, you know, because who decides if they start now? 3 Grand Slam out of 4 we start Sunday, but we don't know if they want to start Saturday or Friday, you know. So we would like to have also a small conversation into that. So let's see where we go. I mean, let's see also how other Grand Slams are gonna react after here, and then we're gonna decide.